All right, let's see. My voice is a little strained. Let's see. I'm still learning this new drive to and fro work. Remember, in my infinite wisdom, I have chosen to accept the better company, the more prestigious company, the one where the work, the balance of work and life, benefits, yada yada. I explained this earlier. And yeah, why even share this? But I'm gonna do it anyway. During this drive, this is the second time I made a stupid wrong turn, like a very minute. What's up, yo, Mr. Prez? Last time you was in the chat, I was like, yo, Mr. Prez, yo, actions, man, and you was gone already, cuz. But it's good to see you. God bless, brother. I hope all has been well. I want to do another reunion style thing on Progressive Patriot channel. Stock in the Middle will always be there. That's for a whole other thing. But for you, the people I've come to know and adore, straight up, I'm blessed to have y'all in my life. The OGs, man. All the trials we've been through, I'm looking forward to us having another panel. And this time, no troll dick getting flopped around. So, alright, this I just want to rip the band-aid off. Stupid freaking highway driving 595. My fault, alright. I should know anytime. Okay, I got the next 2 days. I think the next 2 days are my bitches. So bear that in mind. C-Files. Shep is somebody I just want to get up on here. But fucking Jamie, Shay Darker or Injured Corbin, we know the peoples. These are the people that have been around for a hot minute, and I'm just honored. I want to do a big thank you kind of stream, and go through, even like an idea is I want to go through some of the really super old lives I used to do. I may not, I don't know how, it would be a weird feeling to look at me then. I was like going at a whole different demographic. That's when all the attention, man, I feel like I was like a child's brain and molded to understand what the hell it is we do here. C Fouls, what's up, man? I was just talking, you included. I want to do another reunion kind of stream on the Progressive Patriot channel. Stock in the Middle is there for all the other stuff. I want to do one. If we can pull it off in the next 2 days, all the better. All the better. I'll send all the necessary messages, emails, DMs, what have you. So, here's where I'm telling to myself, then funny story time. This is the second time I've taken a wrong turn after I finished the job. Or this is the first time after I didn't technically close. I got to leave at 10 p.m. Oh my God. It's a long drive there, and it's a shorter drive here. But if you make a stupid wrong turn on a highway, you're pretty much screwed to stay on the road because it's singular, and you got to take that. I saw it on my GPS because I don't have it memorized yet. It was a big ol' U. I know L's stand for lose, but this U was seeing a giant L in my face. On the map, it just showed I had to go just drive an extra 25 minutes. And I've been spent. I've been on the road since, oh boy, before 10 o'clock in the morning, maybe 9:30. I didn't even get to come home in the middle. And okay, so I'm getting this off my chest. You're in? Hell yeah, let's do this. Actions, Mr. Prez, C-Files. And let's see, who is it? Jamie? Shit, no, DJ Bricks. Shit, I said Jamie. Holy crap, I was thinking about Jamie Valdez. Rest in peace. That amazing person is still missing. His sister, I remember that. It's one of my proudest accomplishments on this channel was that interview. Alright, so I was just, I don't know if you could tell in my voice. I was cursing like a rabid animal. I was saying every curse word I could possibly think of, and in my mind, because I was just raging out, and since thank you, God, that I have learned to kind of control myself, I'm gonna make myself look immature, because I acted immature, alright? When you are full of rage and frustration, I didn't take it upon myself to be graceful. I was shouting obscenities like a madman, like a chihuahua that's a weir pyre. All the above. I was afflicted. I had rabies, and I felt like, and I didn't feel like, I was straight up shouting, top of my lungs. I could feel my Adam's apple just wanting to fly out of my mouth as I shouted, F, all the F words and all the C words, and I did that for 20 minutes straight, like a maniac. I'm waiting for any of the weird, what's up, Shep? There you are. You better get on the panel, OG panel, reunion panel. So that was accomplished. I finished that part. I don't know. No, I'm glad I didn't record it. Right now I'm just thinking how stupid I was. Can you imagine? This is one of those things that I'm convinced it can't only be me. People just do when they have nothing but frustration, seething rage, got nobody else to be angry at but themselves. I made that stupid turn, and to get that anger out, I had to eat the fact that I just bought myself another 20 minutes when I was on the path to being home in 10 minutes flat. I had 20 more minutes. I was raging like I was from 28 days later, 28 years later, 28 centuries later. I mean, I was gone. All right, so now story time. Here we go. Who the hell? Calm down. Jerry, I can't calm down, man. I got a condition. You can't be shaming somebody with a disability. I'm the opposite of calm, man. I'm going to be as I see fit. And by God, you should have, Jerry, as a man named Jerry, I would strike you for a fellow that would perhaps be the sort of one that'd be like, that fella needs to calm his little ass down. Look at that. If you saw me just shouting and cursing like a maniac in here for 20 minutes straight as I drove, and maybe allegedly in Minecraft sped an extra 25 miles above the speed limit in Minecraft, which I'd never do. I got that out of my system. And I started thinking when that was done, I was like, what? When was I also kind of raging out behind the wheel? Snooks! Happy night. Oh, I did not have a happy night. Alright, so here's the story that I started to recall after I had my little fit. It was like a tantrum. I had a tantrum. So, I had a friend named Jose. He was, not Venezuelan, Peruvian Jose. I still remember his last name, but I don't know. That's probably not the right thing to do. Little bastard. Side note, it was Jose who is responsible for this nose getting broke the first time. He didn't do it, that little pussy. He picked a fight with my homeboy Ron on my porch back in the trailer park when I would host like gatherings, and they were about to scrap, and I'm such a guy. I jumped in the middle, stuck in the middle, and I got co-cocked. Was it by Ron or was it by Jose? I don't know, but I just know I was leaking. And I threw a chair in anger. Didn't hit anybody. That was the first time this nose was broken. The second time is a story I've shared. People are like, yeah, was it your... Well, I don't give a fuck. It was at the biker compound. And when I got jumped, that's when I got broke a second time. Steve-O had his nose broken, and he ran into Tyson's fist, and he broke his nose to go back into place. Hold on, before I get into this story... Let me fix this right now, guys. You ready? You ready? Exclusive footage. Here's the nose. Here's the nose. Jerry, you still here, guy? All right. Ah! Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, man. All the cocaine I did in Minecraft 10 years ago just came drooping out. Okay. Yeah, see? Legit. Real. So, it's Jose's 21st, was it his 21st, or, yeah, it was his birthday. I remember, because there was another time where he's like, oh, I'm going to get married, we have to go. Jose would always be the guy that would say, let's go to a strip club. There's nothing better to do, I got these free drink tickets. He had a girlfriend, and he knew that he wanted to get all of this out of his system before he got hitched. And I was, me and many others, we would go with him. I was one of the few that was able to actually have bread and spread it around and tip the ladies. I'll never forget, one night though, we both went we had barely, no, I'm mixing this up with somebody else. Well, don't ever go to a strip club and not have money to tip, like, the waitresses. They did a public shaming like I'll never forget. Think of Game of Thrones. Shame! 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 Okay, now back to Jose. Jose, it's his 21st birthday, and he used that and waved it over my head. Oh, Jerry, what's up? I can't, is that the Italian flag? I don't know the flag. I'm bad with geography, I'm bad with flags, but salute! So, Jose's holding over my head that it's his 21st birthday. This is a big deal. And I'm supposed to, I don't know, treat him by paying for the ladies, buying him drinks. Yo, Eli, this is my 21st birthday, man. You gotta take it. All right, dude, okay. Maybe there was other things that were purchased for other reasons in Minecraft. Of course, that game was absolutely banging back in the mid to early 2000s. So, enter strip club. We get absolutely tossed up. I don't think details need to be shared. Champagne room. Don't worry, I followed Chris Rock's advice. If you know, you know. And we are plumb ass wasted. I didn't have a license yet. And I had to drive with a very intoxicated Jose. You motherfucker. So, my God, Jose, we're driving, and something happened, and that idiot ended up getting a flat tire. We are both highly, highly, highly intoxicated on God knows what, and everything else that you can think of. Pulls over, and we are parked, if you can even call it that, in a big old slop pile of mud, like we're pigs in a trough. Jose decides to share with me, Eli, I'm too fucked up, man. I'm on, allegedly, too many bars and I've had too many drinks. Can you change this tire for me? Now, little context, I was not yet driving. I didn't get my driver's license till I was later in my 20s, and I'm not proud of that. And he's like, can you fix the tire? It's my birthday, man. So I'm like, sure. I want to share when I got that license, but it took me longer than most. Anxiety was a factor, and I blew up that the test would be way harder than it was. That's maybe a separate story. So, I'm like, I'm going to take one for the team. You're lucky, Jose. He tells me, like, yeah, get the tool or whatever, get the tire, the spare in the back. I've never changed a tire, and I'm in my early 20s. So I struggle, all right? I use the necessary tool. Oh, God, the tire changer. Forgive me, I'm not going to sound like the manliest man with tools. But I ended up, and it took, oh, God. So just to describe this so you don't think I'm bullshitting, to get the lug nuts out of the tire, I'm pushing this shit with all my strength. Ireland, woo, yo! Party in Ireland. I love the Irish. I love Ireland. I want to live in Ireland. But that being said, still a proud American, but I love Ireland. You people are amazing, okay? There's some people, I feel like I should go Trump, kind of. Some other people, not Irish, not good. Very, very dangerous people. Can't do a Trump accent. So, I got the tire change, the tire iron, and getting these lug nuts off for the first time in my life while I am completely, absolutely wasted. So is Jose. He's propped up. The dude is lounging back. Then he's drinking a beer. And to get them bitches off, I just remember each time that they got loose enough, and I'd pull it all the way forward. And when I'd pull it forward enough, I would go down with it, and I would face plant into the mud each time for each lug nut. Because it took all my strength with both arms. Fucking... And then down again every time. I had good clothes on. Strip club. I'd be dressed to the nines, okay? White shirt. Covered in mud. I'm covered in mud like a pig in shit. And I was just like, Jose, you can't do a fucking thing, bro. No, I'm too wasted. It's my birthday. Okay. taking one for the team. You owe me. He doesn't pay for shit, doesn't pay back. Fast forward to God knows how long that night, that particular endeavor took me. My memory is not what it used to be. It took a long time. I remember how happy I was when I was able to get the tire off. And I found myself kind of being angry with my father for not teaching me how to do these things. And then get the new tire on. This is how I learned to change a tire. I wish I had a manlier and prouder story to share. So, fast forward, I'm drenched in mud. He's bitching about me being covered in mud before I get in his car. He always had nice cars. I'll give that to Jose. Piece of shit. And he had the towel. He's like, no, man, you got to sit on this towel, man, and be careful. I'm like, you asshole. Okay, all right. So he's taking me home. And I remember morning is breaking. Dawn is upon us. All right. This is in front of my old neighborhood, which was a trailer park. And in there's one long stretch of road. There's one way in, one way out, my old trailer park. That's how it goes. So you got your one way going forward, and then the other, of course, to exit. He pulls up in front of that particular turn to get into my neighborhood. And I'm just assuming, like a gentleman, based on everything I did, he would take me to my trailer and drop me off. But no, instead, while all the families of my neighborhood, people know me there, they're loading their kids up for school. They're getting all in the school buses. All the school buses are there. All the parents are there. All the vehicles are there. It's an event. I don't know if this was like during some form of holiday or just a back to school, because it was very populated. So everybody was there. And Jose, while pulled up in front of the road, or the turn that he would normally, any time in the past, take me into my trailer park and drop me off the 6 streets down, he said, no, man, I'm tired. I can't, bro. Come on. And he pulls the fucking, it's my birthday. Come on, man. I can't. I'm mad at myself right now for remembering how mad I was then, and that I didn't just punch his ass in the chest and it go like through his chest, and that I could grip his, I don't know, his spine, like do a Sub-Zero fatality. I'm so angry at Jose. The anger's still there. It's still, because his dumb fucking face, just like, I can't, man. I can't. It's my birthday, man. Come, you know. I'm like, okay, Jose, for real. That's the extent. I should have just Hulk smashed his car with the tire iron or something. So I had to walk slow motion, because I'm injured to an extent. Because remember, I'm face planting while I'm changing that tire for the first time in my life. As ashamed as I am to admit that. And, you know, I'm bruised up a little bit. I'm a little beaten. I have to do the walk of shame down that long stretch of road, or what have you. The one I'd normally be in a car and chauffeured to my street. And I had to walk past every family in my neighborhood, covered in mud. My white shirt is no longer white. I've got a little blood on my face. Because I didn't land on the mud every time I fell forward. So I'm just looking like dog shit. Literal dog shit. And slowly but surely, walking right past each and every one of them. The school bus driver is in there looking at me. The school bus, like, just stops as it's about to go. They're all just looking at me. And I think anxiety at the time was a thing for me. A lot stronger than it is now, these days. I just, like, I felt the stares, I felt the eye contact, and I just too ashamed, too embarrassed, too fucked up to even want to look at anybody, try to explain anything. I just remember, like, the kind of shit. What's up, Crystal? Good to see you again. Oh, shit. Were you still at Kaboom's then? It is highly possible that we're talking, yeah, I was still DJing for Kaboom's at that time. And you remember Jose? Crystal, do you remember that asshole Jose? I want to say his last name, but I think that would be, I don't know, dumb. I mean, if there was karma, I would make it my life's mission to give it to him in the form of one of these. I don't care what a good family man, how often he goes to church. I'd be like, yo, bro, remember this, that, and the other. And the time I took a punch for you and got my nose broke, and this and that, and all the other bullshit. Because Jose was a piece of work, and we all knew it in our group. You remember that little bastard? Yeah, so. I'm done. I pass all the families, all my neighbors, because I have to walk 6 more streets. And finally, I walk through my home. I was unsuccessful in sneaking past my parents. I had to, removing the shirt did nothing. I'm still covered in mud and blood. And that was a fun story to explain. I think it was my mother that was awake saying, "What the hell happened to you?" And I think it was just, for me at that moment, it was too awkward to be like, "Mom, I went to the strip club, and here's the result." But for whatever reason, tonight, being just raged out of my gourd because of the wrong turn, I began to remember this stupid little memory, and I'm pretty certain it's one of the few stories I have not shared on this little channel / platform. I've shared everything else. I've shared so many stories where I've had a complete moron, and I don't want to give his name. He's not like a Voldemort. It's just I don't want him to ever benefit from me saying his name, no matter how successful his stupid channel is. And he is a complete dumbass or an arrogant pompous sumbitch. He's the one that wants to debate you, C-Fouls. What's up, Red Pill? Salute you, bro. Yeah, in case he hears this and he wants to go live and replay this clip, look, Eli's lying about another story from his past for no good God reason at all. Everything I've ever overshared, it was on Stuck in the Middle. There was 2 channels that would like microscopically pick at every little detail, and for some reason, I don't know, it became such a mission for both of them, mostly the Voldemort individual, to I don't know, disprove or show me to their audience and make them think I was lying, and then, you know, the one that took it so far that they would call me on the phone and then Photoshop me with a woman's wig on. I know, C-Fouls, I saw your comment when I rewatched. You said super hot. Yeah, no, that kind of stuck with me. Not what you said, but what he did. He would go live and make me look like a woman and try to roast me in front of his audience. And even in his audience that's there for completely unrelated content, he normally talks about, like, logistics and shit that I believe would matter more, especially to your demographic. And some people, so I'm told, were like, what are we even talking about? Who is this? Why should we care? So, just in case this becomes another one of those stories, doubt me all you want. It cost nothing. It cost even less for me to give a shit. Feel free content. But I own the option to absolutely laugh my ass off at your expense, at the very least. So, okay, if you want to hear more dumb stories from my history, I know Crystal could tell you a few. This lovely lady here has known me since, let's see, Crystal, 1997 is when Crystal and I first met. In middle school, she was my first love. We dated on and off, and I think it's okay, Crystal. We're both full-grown adults. We can be transparent. Crystal cheated on me. Was Crystal the first one to cheat on me? Let's see. I had like 6 girlfriends before you, and I didn't cheat on a single soul. Nope. And remember, middle school. I hold no ill intent or will here. I'm just talking the facts. Yeah, nope. It was Angel, that piece of shit. You cheated on me with Angel, and we had an awkward little encounter in the hallway of our middle school. I wanted to fight him, but I was the short guy. I was like the Napoleon complex walking, and I remember his smug fucking smile. And then I think, my God, was Jason involved? His last name rhymes with burrito. Why do I have this feeling that I was gonna fight Jason? That could have been Stephanie in high school. By God, I did not have I had an amazing, I had amazing experiences with love and amazing girlfriends in my history. Oh yeah, and in 7th grade, there was this chick, Rachel. What it was, I made a rumor up. I didn't cheat on her. I made a rumor up, and she was very, very angry with me about that. That was as bad as I went with her. Fast forward to Stephanie. Stephanie slept with like one of my best friends. We're still best friends. Ah. So yeah, I didn't have a lot of luck at that time. My first love in middle school, cheats, and then high school, like the most serious love that I had at that juncture, cheats on me. And then my ex-fiance, when she was in college and I stayed at her dorm, cheated on me, but then we cheated on each other for like years, for 2 years. That was the most toxic and violent I've ever been at that time, back then. Yeah. But I hold nothing against you, Crystal. Oh God, Gay D. Is Gay D are you gonna do the thing where you play my stuff? And I don't know what, you're an anomaly to me, man. You're an anomaly. But I've said your name. You're gonna do you, whatever it is you do. But yeah, no, that was it. I'm happy to say there was many other lovely experiences, and I wouldn't trade a damn thing. I mean, look, I still know these amazing people. We've all grown and changed, have had so many experiences, and I am proud of that. I wouldn't change a damn thing. Like, regardless of anything and everything that's happened, it's been nothing but a blessing to see how we've all changed. I was by no means an example of a perfect anything. And I'm not gonna blame the things that happened, and why, whatever I chose or however I chose to act out. I know I went on my own dark path. That was when my little Fight Club arc started, with me, Tony, Joe. Started with the three of us, KJ, Harry. We got in trouble for making it too large and using our old high school grounds. Yeah, that was a big deal. We almost had about 35 of us expelled because of our growing Fight Club, and of course inspired by the movie. That's another story, the first fight that we had. I had Joe and Tony, if you guys remember Joe and Tony. Oh, don't explain anything, Crystal. It's okay. We're talking about fucking 1997 to 99, right? And then when we dated in high school, we were all good there. There was no bullshit. It's cool. Please don't think about it. We are full, like, grown adults now. I'm just ranting. I was like, it's story time. So one story led to another. I'm sorry, I am kind of like, what the hell is Gay D doing back in here? Gay D, do you wanna guest on Stuck in the Middle, man? Do you wanna have a civil conversation? I wanna see if you're capable of doing such. I think your best friend Snaggerific is using an alt. I don't believe, by the way, I don't care if he sees this. I don't care what Josh says, but Snaggy, you're never allowed back on the phone line. You are, I don't know what to say, Snaggy. You're toxic. You are a whirlwind, and it is just chaos, bad juju kind of chaos. Wherever you go, no matter how much you may be like, yo, Eli, you're the one that's being reasonable. Let me talk to you. No, man, you derail. And Jesus, I don't know, man. I don't know you well enough to, like, condemn you, and I don't know well enough to say I trust you, but I think I know to say, hey, I think you would be healthy if you, as well, just like I have quit drinking and I'm on month 12 or a year, Shabbat Shalom, I don't think you should drink. Do what? If you ever want to jump on panel, instead of that thing you do, I hope this is the real age. Let me see. Bear with me. Channel activity. Do what? I'm checking. I'm checking. Oh, okay, word. Yeah, no, if you think you're capable of having a civil conversation, instead of the, I'm so stoned right now, let me get somebody up, after I gaslight them, and while they try to talk about something, let me pull them up and then snatch them right off, and I'll have a nice clip, and then I'll try to use that and weaponize it and defame them. Yeah, opposite of that, you are welcome to join us on panel or phone call, have a conversation about any of the topics if you feel they are relevant enough to warrant any interest. The majority, I'm convinced, is going to be political. I'm excited for... What's up, Steven? Yo, my bro. Again, I know it sounds like I'm glazing here, but I am both a friend and I am honored to call this man a friend. CanCon, Cannabis Conservative. To me, he is the biggest guest we have ever had on Stuck in the Middle. I wish we had them all saved. I legit think it was Time magazine that had a hit piece on him. Be Easy. There was a bunch of YouTubers that were blacklisted because they were reporting on the legitimate information of the elections when Trump lost, and they were kicked off of YouTube very publicly. Very publicly. He was huge on YouTube, and then he went to Rumble. He writes articles for the Gateway Pundit. He is a journalist. He had an interview with Marjorie Greene Taylor. He has been within the Trump circles. I know he interviewed the My Pillow guy. He is a veteran, combat veteran. He is very open with sharing his stories, although, I don't know, I think I was just too excited the first time I interviewed him, and I asked questions, and he was very open about his combat experience, and even, taking life and talking about that. All that to say this, I knew him when I was a liberal, and he was, and always has been, a patriot, and we still were able to get along and be friends, and that's carried us all the way to present. And it's always so amazing when he hears how much I change. And even back when I was trying to embody being a progressive, he would always say, dude, you sound too much like a patriot. I'm telling you, you're not a progressive, man. And I was on his show. God, he had thousands and thousands of viewers. He's coming back to YouTube for whatever reason. He got an email. They're like, dude, you're no longer banned. You're no longer excommunicado. You can come right back. And even though he's got like a 1/4 of the fraction of the huge subscriber count he used to have on here, you can find him on Rumble. Go see how big he is on Rumble. Cannabis Conservative or CanCon. Dude is killing it. I'm just honored to know that person. He is one of the many that I call an inspiration in a journalistic, as a journalist, as a veteran, as a human being, as a man. He is one of the coolest cats, and I am proud to call that man a friend. What about Musk? What about Musk? Your friend? Yeah, well, 80, I don't know. What are we gonna do, huh? I guess you can just think about that for the rest of your days and judge the friend that I've known for years and years entirely off of that, and you just leave, I don't know, what it's like to know people, and not through the fractal of the self-righteous stance that many take on the internet, because by God, you're selling horse shit. Everybody's selling horse shit of how they are and how, dude, your Charlie Kirk message, and I'm not going to accuse you of walking it back, but I won't say, I don't think you owned up to it. I don't think there was truth in what you said, but you said it, right? You said, Charlie Kirk, you're all just mad because Charlie Kirk is white and rich. Something like that. He's a rich white guy. That's why you all care. Now, some people like myself hear that, and we, I don't know. That elicited an emotional reaction from me where I felt sick and angry at you, but I had to realize, sometimes people say shit, right? And we can't judge the entirety of who they are on one dumb fucking anything. And based on my entire synopsis of knowing you, I don't know. I'm not gonna sing any praises, man, because I'm not here to roast you. This is not what I do. I don't think highly of you, but that doesn't mean a damn thing. And who the fuck am I? But I think that was a dumbass fucking thing to say, and I don't hold it against you. I don't think that's what you meant. You think that's the truth? You missed the point of the short. Then this could be something, if you're willing to have a discussion. I'm not saying you have to, but as I stand by the everybody's welcome to the Stuck in the Middle panel or call-ins, if you would like to, we'll play the clip, and if you'd like to talk about it, you may absolutely do so to your heart's content and bring up any other aspect you'd like to, or not. Everybody's welcome. I don't give a fuck who it is. Anybody's welcome. Maybe not Dagmo. Dagburn fucking sucks. Dagburn's not welcome. I'll stick with that one. Fuck you, Daggy. You're a coward. You're a piece of shit. You and your butt birdie Upchurch both blocked me on Instagram. Seafowls got blocked by Upchurch. Y'all weak. Dagburn on them coattails, man. Jizz-crusted coattails. And I was going to go live, I think, yesterday or the day before about and just roast Upchurch because he mentioned the Rodney family name again and quadrupling down saying, I got a continuance indefinitely. Oh, that guy. Lolcow. I appreciate it, man. I cannot be on a show like that. Okay. You can't be on a show like that. That's okay. Everybody's got their, wait. PP want to make content out of you, 80. Creeker Mariah. Why? All right, I'm just curious. Creeker Mariah, or it doesn't matter. Like, why do you? And no. The intention, by the way, is never. I'm not trying to get a gotcha. I have established very clearly. There's no rules. You come in and you speak freely, whatever you'd like to speak about. We only hope on the show that it's within the parameters of the topics, but if there's anything else, anybody is welcome. You too, Creeker Mariah, that for whatever reason you go around with this alt and you just never respond to people calling you by who you are. I don't know. Maybe I read your tone wrong when I read your text on here, but I'll just never forget when I've seen you literally talk like I seen it. You were mad because at the way back when Uncle Dub was like on the scene with his FAFO radio, and yeah, I was like, dude, interview? What do you say? And he was like, yeah, send the details to my people. Sent an email, never followed up. They said you're the first one to reach out, so just want to let you know after the case with Upchurch, you're the first one. We'll have the interview with you. I lost interest, especially given the recent shit with the Four Sisters podcast. But I digress. I saw you like stoking shit in my name, and just why? What the fuck? What did I do to you? I've been nothing but kind to you, and I've defended you when everybody else was going at you, and I didn't know. Creeker, it doesn't matter. Creeker, I didn't know about the whole real life story of I'm sorry, it's the truth. The faking cancer to see Upchurch at a concert story? Shit, I didn't know that. That's why Kurt was mad at you. Now I felt like an ass for defending you. I was like, oh, look at them group up on a smaller channel, content creator. Look at them doing that. And damn, that context solved everything. I'm glad Eli came to, hey, that's a work in progress, right? Little by little, I'm really struggling with the Bible. Prayer comes easier, and it is truly liberating. It really does help when you believe you're speaking to the loved ones you miss so much. It really helps to pray for the people that you love, that you know are suffering. And asking and surrendering to God and asking Him to give you strength. All of it is nothing but a positive, and I only wish it's something I would have started sooner. I am just somebody who's going to struggle with the Bible. I've got a lot of years and years, decades of atheism to unlearn or get through and get past. So I am doing my best. I'm doing my best. There's some passages specifically I get hung up on. I find it fascinating, like just how much the Bible talks about how the wealthy are not not really celebrated in the Bible. But I'm not. I don't want to be preaching it. Pray for wisdom. I'd like to think I'm helping somebody every day, but you can't help others till you help yourself. But yeah. I do. I do. What's up, Stephen A? What's up, G? What's up? I have a reputation to uphold. Anything joking like that can't happen. I have a future. Shit. Well, what do I say to that? I mean, Josh is doing movies. He's in a band. I mean, people know Josh. And they don't judge him on like a stupid joke. It was stupid. God, I hated it. But, shit, I don't know. I guess so be it. And that, to me, is an example of this digital version we sell to the public. And I've just grown too old for that shit. We faced it head on, and lo and behold, we're not going to stop. And I'm proud of Josh. I'm proud to know Josh. He has been a consistent, and I've known him very well for a very long time. He's a solid guy that has a wild sense of humor. Always tried to be an edgelord, and that's why he's had so many different shows in his history. That's why he got kicked out of one of his most successful bands and ended up in another one. But he's a hard worker, family man, all the above, and you know what? The way he lives his life is so much more important than one misplaced dumb fuck joke. So, but if one is simply only concerned with logistics and appearances or affiliation, my interpretation is there might be some level of insecurity of yourself, and like if you know who you are, what concern do you have about talking to somebody else? Or like if you feel that passionate about it, please feel free to join if you want to. No one's forcing anybody, and call him out, and I'm sure he'll get all red-faced and become your own personal locale for those moments and minutes or whatever, and you'll have a fun clip. Everybody wins. But we're not indebted to one another in that sense. So thank you. What's up? Y'all make too much. You telling me you make too much of YouTube? You're going to. I don't. We're not doing this to get. We're not doing this to get wealthy. We do have an ambition, and we're not denying the fact that it's been successful recently. Like, we have been entertainers, and we enjoy when we see something we're passionate about get traction. 115K views in a 2-hour show. That was amazing. We looked up the stats. That's a 1 percentile out of YouTubers in general. That's a 1 percentile number to hit during a live stream. And we're averaging 25 and, no monetization. So we're not asking for donations. We're not monetizing. We just, we want to do this show that has been in the works for 4 or 5 years, and it's only been this past month and a half where the stars have aligned. So please don't think that there's any false pretense here on what we're doing. We have no illusions. We're not going to get wealthy, but we're going to keep at it. And we've met amazing people through this and the life experience. Hell, and who's to say? Who the fuck knows? We're both working Joe Schmoes. Who's to say what the future holds? It's just been amazing. Yeah, you know what? We're going to risk being who the hell we are when it comes to optics and the content. I mean, trust me, lessons are learned. And I feel more bad for the people that want to hold on to the singular facet and like completely shit on everything else because of the one thing, that's your prerogative, and so be it. And I suppose thank you for the recommendations. We will survive, we will be okay, and any more trolls or people that get so wound up that want to have their YouTube meetings about how to handle this, they're welcome to do so. And it's something that we all get to kind of belly laugh at the end of the day. So it's a W either way. We're all laughing at each other, right? Shit. Four sisters? Yeah. Well, context, man. Context is golden here, right? Malicious intent. Jordan, the fucking moron, went in and went ham, 10 toes down, quadrupling down, regarding attacking Gotcha Man, and then everybody in essence. This is, it's silly to revisit, but it was said and then addressed, and that's it. Like it's been covered ad nauseum. No further pitchforks have been thrown our way. And if that be the case in the very near future and or beyond, by God, we'll deal with it, and believe it or not, we'll have fun with it, because life is short, far too short to feel, I don't know, like what would be the prescription? Run and hide because of, a singular sentence that was stupid, especially when, like, I know him, his family know, just, it's not, I guess we're of two entirely different minds. Let's see how this goes. I will relay this after Josh finishes shooting and filming. I'll relay all of the advice or commentary to him, and perhaps we'll revisit that. And I know, knowing him, he'll get a mighty laugh out of it, and then we might get some more content, huh? Go outside. See you, fellas. Go outside. Yeah, words. Shit, man. Words carry weight. Yeah, it's important to know, like, what's legit, what's serious. And, like, that's where Four Sisters, Four Brother Jordan, Joe Schmo moron there, he was going in and going hard because he fucking meant everything he said, that idiot. He literally said that, I don't even want to say it, like, this child didn't deserve to be born. He meant it, and then he doubled down, tripled down the stupid joke, and in the realm of, and I don't understand, like, you I think I'm quoting you, you said, you're no George Carlin, you're no Louis C.K., how do they get a pass? Why? Is it because they've met a certain level of success that they can say the very things that you are purporting to be outraged about? That is where I personally get confused, right? Comedy being what it is, everybody's gonna, they're gonna go up and either learn if it works or it doesn't, and that's exactly what happened. But it's just baffling to me that it's okay for anybody else, if you're gonna have the consistency and the conviction of words carrying such weight, how can you sit there and enjoy a George Carlin, a Andrew Dice Clay, or even a Howard Stern, or Louis C.K.? Have you heard the shit they spew? So this is where it's lost on me. This is where I need an actual conversation. I need an actual. How can you feel so comfortable to celebrate them and all of their humor? Their delivery's better. I guess that's the only, like, polarizing difference. We have accomplished comedians that have taken all the risks, and here they are. There they were. And then we have someone who is, of course, nowhere near as established, but doing just about damn near the same thing, and shit, life goes on. That goes on. That's it. They have wealth. It's different. It's different. They have monies, and let's go with the Upchurch method for a moment, if you will. Upchurch has 3.33 million subscribers, and a fraction of that in views, and He's still talking about a child that lost her life tragically and quintupling down on her not being real after he knows that's the very thing that got him in the stupid hot water. Like, where's the outrage about that? The family that will be mourning until they no longer have breath in their lungs, like, and then Kaylee Ross, everybody. I think we're all tired of talking about it, but consistency on keeping up on this is important, especially if you, as you are doing, are being so consistent on the stupid joke. This is something that has affected people on a far, far deeper level, and I find myself confused when other people point their fingers at something else and say, I'm appalled, and then here's the other thing, and crickets. But I may be guilty of not, following up as much. I'm personally trying to avoid it. And then, the BX Beast Boy confirmed, paid for that shit. I hope he takes his money back, and that never happens, but okay. Shit. Wokeism is fascism. Oh, Steven, I hope this dumb bitch named Claire that has been calling me a fascist because I support Trump, and then I kind of reverse engineered her entire statement and said, your rhetoric is exactly what gets people hurt, and you're, in essence, acting like a fascist by pretending to be an absolutist. You're pretty much saying that everything you say is the ultimate truth, and anybody that disagrees is warping their interpretation of you, believing yourself to be the arbiter of all things right and wrong. Hey, Pitbulls, yo! I miss ya. Oh, shit. Damn it, I lost connection. What am I missing? What have I missed? What's going on? Okay, well, I don't know. If I'm referring to the dumb bitch that called me a fascist, no, I'm not projecting. Now I'm curious. Like, I was about to hit the, and kibosh this. Who's projecting? Like, not moi. I absolutely believe everything I'm saying. I really think we're in an age where people throw words around, like, I don't want to say we were dumber in the history. I think we were smarter back in the day, whenever the day is. Just so many stupid words that are used because of the social media culture, like gaslighting, projection, I don't know, all I'll never support church again over that deal. And, hey, thank you for consistent. Shamrock, what's up, sweetie? Salute to you. All right. I'm satisfied. I had a good night at work, minus the detour I took where I raged out like a clown. Not the cool kind like Seafouse. And, yeah. So, this channel is always going to be the Random Madness channel. That's how I roll. And Stuck in the Middle will return with a vengeance, with a force, next week after Josh completes the movie. 17 pages of lines. 17 pages of lines. I'm almost tempted to share, like he did a skit about Tool fans that got millions, I mean literally millions and millions of views. And it's hilarious. I don't know how he would feel if I shared that. I have to ask him. I want you guys to see it because he's such a moron. But, like, he has actually been a successful comedian, only mostly scripted. But, shit. I don't know. Let's all just try and have fun, right? Fuck for sister, brother, bitches. The Zay-Zem morons. Stupid fucking morons. Shout out to Gotcha, by the way. I love the way he handled everything. I love what Justin Time did with that post, too. Excellence. Absolute excellence. God bless one and all. Say a prayer tonight and remind yourself of everything to be thankful of and for. And by the way, it doesn't matter /Creeker Mariah. Where'd you go after I talked about your story? Shit. I will never understand being so sweet to somebody for an extended period of time, and then they just go and talk shit for no reason over something they imagined in their mind. If she really cared that much about getting an exclusive interview with anybody, she could have fucking told me. I'd be like, I don't give a shit. Take all the flowers. All right. That's it. For the fucking 8th time, I'm gone. Take care, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. And now, salute.